We've got 14 applications in the works now. We have had meetings weekly with RV developers. So with that being said, you should have roughly 1,000 to 1,500 units in the next 3 to 4 months in operation.
What's happening in the city of Williston? What's happening to single family? That means that they have the right to go up their deck in the morning and not see their neighbor, you know, somebody living in a camper taking a pee in the alley. I mean, they have the right to do that. And that's one of the reasons that we need to take some kind of control on this issue.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, I want to point out, as Mr. Similak just related to, as I said from the start, we have had an ordinance that prohibits campers and living in campers within the city for a long, long time, much before I became a commissioner 16 years ago. So the proposal to ban this practice, the ordinance has always been there doing that. The issue has been there's been no ability to enforce that, and this change in the ordinance would provide a mechanism for the police and public safety officials to actually enforce the ordinance that does allow it. You did mention the fear factor for people coming into the community, but I want you and everybody else to also be cognizant of the fear factor on the side of the existing citizens and residents in these single-family neighborhoods, because it does exist. So it is a two-way street. So please don't take the issue that we're being fearful of some people and other people are not fearful as well. So I think that's something that needs to become squalor versus accommodation. And I think, Pastor Reinke, you've tried to address some of those issues as well. But that's an issue we need to be aware of. Where do we let squalor start or accommodation begin? And that's what the commission is dealing with right now. You've seen the pictures that we have up front. Those are just, I think we have a position of zero tolerance. If there's any complaints received, that trailer is evicted from that space and they can find somewhere else to be.
I'm in favor of the ordinance the way it is, pretty much.
Okay. We're not going to be taking from the public at this point. Other commissioners ask questions.
Your Honor, with the opportunity to amend, I vote aye.
Opposed? Aye.
Simblick?
Aye.
Bogart? Aye.
Opposed?
And I would use the same thing. If we can amend this, I'll vote aye. Motion carries. Now, is there a willing, we've got a commissioner request that this be in 30 days versus a normal next meeting?
Unanimous.
Is there a willingness to do that?
Yeah, I have no problem.
I see people shaking their heads.
Okay,
So we'll do
thank
that.
you, commissioners.
I know there's been a lot of time and energy. Thank you, committee who's worked on that. Thank you, public, who've been interested to see what happens, and we will move
Well,
forward.
that's called the rubber stamp. Yep, they rubber stamped that, unanimous, boom, done. No input from the public. They let the preacher talk, that was it. So no big surprises here.